What is going on, beautiful people? Today we are talking about one of the toughest things to do once you get out of a relationship with a narcissist, or once you plan on leaving a relationship with a narcissist. If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. Boom! Welcome back, y'all. So, one of the toughest things to do when you're trying to leave a toxic relationship with a narcissist or toxic person, or you've already left that relationship. And this is gonna sound weird, y'all, but I was on a Zoom call yesterday, and this woman mentioned this, and I was just like, yeah, one of the toughest things that you have to do is fight your nature. You have to fight what you're conditioned to do. You have to fight your conditioning. You have to change your entire thought process a lot of times when you get out of these relationships. Because depending on how long you've been in a relationship, I know everybody's mind works differently and how everybody's, has been in different lengths of time in these relationships. Like, you get conditioned to behave a certain type of way. So one of the questions I ask people is, who did you have to become to be in this relationship? Who do you have to become to survive in this relationship? Because just because you leave that relationship with that narcissist doesn't mean that you're going to go back to who you were before you got into this relationship. It doesn't mean that you're going to change your behaviors as soon as you leave this relationship, because you're still going to be conditioned to think about this person. A lot of times you're still going to be conditioned to put their needs above your own, to put how they feel above how you feel, to put what they want above what you want. You've been conditioned for so long to accept these behaviors that it's understandable to feel this way. That's why I like talking to people. That's why I like doing one-on-ones, and I'm about to start doing a lot more live interviews on in the backstage area or in person as well. I'm going to start doing in-person interviews for my podcast as well. So if y'all in the North Carolina area, let's set something up. But yeah, you have to change your conditioning. You have to rewire your mind when you are preparing to leave and when you have already left. You have to rewire your mind, because the lady I was talking to yesterday, she was like, yeah, I'm going out of town. I got to think about, I'm going out of town. And I gotta let him know where I'm gonna go. I'm like, why? I stopped her. I said, why? Why do you do? Y'all not together. Why do you need to let him know where you're going? And she started shaking her head. And she started laughing. But I was like, you see, you're still conditioned to put his needs before your own. You have to change that. But you catch it. It gets better when you catch it. You know what I mean? It gets better once you understand it, that you're actually doing it, because a lot of people don't realize you're doing it because now it's second nature. The easiest example I can give y'all is tying your shoe. When you learn how to tie your shoe, my son is tying the shoe right now. It is a tough task. I remember to learn how to tie my shoe or ride on the bike. But now you can I can tie my shoe right now when I'm talking to you. I haven't ridden an actual bike. I'll be on a Peloton. I'll be on a Peloton riding a bike, but I haven't ridden an actual bike in forever. But I can hop on that bike right now and ride it, even though I haven't ridden a bike in about 5-10 years. You see, that's the space that a lot of people fall into right there. That's the actual mindset. That's the actual mentality that so many people fall into, because we don't understand what we're doing. We don't understand, like I said, you're conditioned to it. You've been trained. Narcissistic, being in a toxic relationship, is going through a toxic ass obstacle course, a toxic training cycle, a toxic training program, right? It is. It really is. It's going through the training course of toxicity. Like, you're training for the opposite of the Marines. You're training to survive a toxic relationship. They training to survive war. You're training to survive mental, physical abuse. You see what I'm saying? You have to rewire your whole damn mind. It really, really is. You know what I mean? It really is. You have to rewire the entirety of your thinking process. of how your mind is working, of what's going on in this situation. You have to rewire it. And it takes time. And because it takes time, it can be extremely frustrating to deal with. It can be extremely frustrating because even when you get out of the relationship, you try to go no contact. You're still thinking about them. If you've been conditioned to protect them and not tell people what you've been through, it's hard to tell people what you've been through. I don't want to make them seem like a bad person because it wasn't always bad, even though they beat me and blacked my eye and tried to unalive me. I'm like, wait, what did you just say? What did you just say? I was like, listen to what you're saying. You're still protecting them. And they were just like, I didn't even realize it. It's second nature. It's wild when your subconscious has been programmed to do it. It's consciously unconscious. Like you're doing it without thinking about it. You don't realize you know you're doing it. You know you're saying it, but you don't realize it. The conditioning runs deep. And being realistic, the longer you've been in these relationships, the harder it is to break that conditioning. The harder it is to break that mindset. The harder it is to set yourself free. It's hard. It is extremely hard. And this is not me just trying to you need to get over it. No, it takes time. I'm not saying it's going to take as long as you were in the relationship to heal from it. Because if you've been in a relationship for 30 years, I'm like, hey, look. It's going to take 30 years to rewire your mind. No! You know what? That's going to hurt. If you're 50, 60, 70 years old, you're going to be rewiring your mind for the rest of your life. And some people are just like, well, I'm ready. I would rather rewire my mind than to give that person another second of my time. I would rather rewire I would rather reconfigure my whole entire life than to spend one more minute with that person. You have to rewire your mind. Catch yourself. Be more conscious. Be more self-conscious of what you're saying and what you're doing. Watch your behaviors. Observe your own behaviors within this space right here. Because I can catch it because I'm listening for it. You might not catch it because you've been doing it for so long. You might okay, I'm going to call their mom. I got to do this. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I calling their mom or their sister? Why am I checking in on them? I'm no contact because you're so used to making sure they're okay. I know this time of the year they get really cold and they need this extra blanket or whatever I need. Why am I still doing this? I've been buying them a coat every single year and I'm not there to buy a coat. I need to make sure that they buy a coat. No, you don't. It's not your responsibility anymore. Buy yourself a coat. It's hard to recondition yourself. It's hard to rewire yourself. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's an easy task. It takes time. But the first step in doing this, in rewiring your mind, is acknowledging that there's some rewiring that needs to be done. And that's just the truth of it. There's some rewiring that needs to be done. There's healing that need to be done. A better word is healing. You're rewiring, but you're healing at the same time. Because that's how it goes right there. That's how it goes. That really is that part of it. You know what I mean? You need to do things for yourself. Recondition your mind to make yourself happy. Recondition your mind to make you feel safe outside of the relationship. Do something for yourself. That's what I tell people. Self-love is not selfish. That's why, like I said, that's literally why I got my self-love journal that's on Amazon to help you understand how to re-love yourself. You have to tell yourself how to re-love yourself. I'm worthy. I'm thoughtful. I'm loving. I'm fun. Go do something fun for yourself today. That's your homework for today. After watching these videos, is to go do something for yourself today. Go do something that makes you happy. Go exercise, travel, draw, go to the bar, have a drink by yourself. You know what I mean? Don't look. Alcohol and no contact don't mix. So don't get slurry. Don't get splashed, sloshed. What's the word? Sloshed. Don't get sloshed. Take your time and rewire yourself. Take your time and heal yourself. Take your time and grow. It's a healing growth journey. That's what it is. Because it's become a requirement. And again, I understand that it's not fair. Lead is not fair. I get it's not fair. Life is not fair sometimes, y'all. Healing is not fair. Some people take longer to heal than others. But don't compare your healing journey to somebody else. Don't compare your healing progress to someone else's. Your journey might look similar, but your progress might be different. You might feel different being 1 month no contact than somebody else being 6 months no contact. You know, you might feel different at the 1 year mark than your friend felt at the 1 year mark. You might still have some moments of rumination. You might still have some moments of pain and hurt. And it's okay, because that's part of growing. That's part of the process. That's part of healing and acknowledging that there's something going on. Growth and healing. I love growth and healing. I love the fact when people grow and healing. I love it. You know what I mean? Have fun on your healing and growth journey. Like, if you got restricted from doing things inside of your relationship, if they told you that you couldn't do something, go do it. They hated when I got my hair did. Go get your hair did. They hated when I went to the gym. Go to the gym. They hated when I hung out with my friends. Go hang out with your friends. Play the video game. Play some Fortnite. Do it. You're no longer restricted. You're free. It's different being free. It's different. You know what I mean? It's different being free. So you have to, you have to empower yourself. You have to be strong. You have to take control. You're in control right now. And being in control can be scary because you've been controlled for so long. Being in control can be scary. But let's rewire our minds together, y'all. You always like say, I'm always available. Y'all know where to find me at. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Mental Healness is out. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. You are a mental healness rock star, and I appreciate you for being here. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the screen to subscribe to the channel and watch another one of my videos in my playlist. There's also a link available up here for you to purchase my kids' book, Remember It's Not Your Fault, on Amazon. So check that out. Thank you. I will see you in the next video. Peace.